Hello and welcome to I'm Every Woman TV. I'm your host, Janette Burke. For this special episode, we're coming at you from the beautiful Spadina House Museum located in the heart of the city of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, to take you on our exclusive backstage tour of the post-Victorian Edwardian lifestyle, wealth, privilege, and costumes as worn by cast members in the hit British series Downton Abbey, and explore their political, economic, and social impact on women's roles, then and now. In the same time frame, the Austen family, the original owners of Spadina House, were considered one of Toronto's elite and the closest thing to the British aristocracy, thus providing a relevant Toronto link. As you can see from these pictures, the sold-out tour, which ran until April 13th, included an optional afternoon tea with inspired Downton menu for approximately $65 that some of you may have been lucky enough to have purchased and seen. If you are not, or as big a fan of the show as I am, and secretly wish to unleash your inner Dowager Violet, Countess Crawley Cora, Countess of Grantham, Lady Mary, Edith, Sybil, Cousin Isabel, Mrs. Hughes, Anna, Mrs. Patmore, or any of the other members of the Crawley family or their staff, fasten your fascinators and get set to follow me and my voice as I'm Every Woman TV brings you Dressing for Downton on the other half of this short break. Please stay with us. Welcome back to I'm Every Woman TV's exclusive tour of the costumes worn by cast members in the British hit TV series Downton Abbey. I'm your host, Janette Burke. Like the Austen family who resided at Spadina House, Britain's, America's, and Canada's elite sported clothing that depicted their status and made bold statements about their wealth and privilege, as well as about the political, social, and economic trends of the post-Victorian Edwardian era leading into the 1920s, 30s, and First World War. How did these fashions and trends impact women's roles in society that we still feel today? That's what we're going to explore. Starting with garments created for Downton's Crawley and Leveson matriarchs, the Dowager Violet, Countess Crawley, played by the incredible Dame Maggie Smith, and heiress Cora Crawley's American mother, Martha Leveson, portrayed by the one and only Shirley MacLaine. The Dowager dresses, very proper, conservative and English, in shades of purple, gray and green that suit her well and which she likes, and which also reflect a sort of mourning for the death of the aristocracy, as her character conveys throughout her negative perspective and charming wit comments of her changing world. By contrast, Martha Leveson's clothing is far more flashy and modern, reflecting hope, openness to change, the new world, less need for social conformity, and the rising American dollar that so many British aristocrats required to continue their lifestyles and bail them out of bankruptcy. Next are the dresses worn by Ladies Mary, played by British actresses Michelle Dockery, Edith, played by Laura Edith Carmichael, Sybil, played by Jessica Brown Finlay, their first cousin, Lady Rose McClare, played by actress Lily James, along with outfits worn by their American-born TV mother and aunt, Cora, Countess of Grantham, played by actress Elizabeth McGovern. changing their attire up to 6 times a day with the help of their ladies' maids, Sarah O'Brien, played by Irish actress Siobhan Finneran, and Anna Smith Bates, played by British actress Joanne Froggatt, who serve as the ladies' personal stylists, tailors, hairdressers, and hat makers, whether they are residing in the English countryside or taking in the London city social scene. These gals are always set for a business lunch, afternoon tea, church, charity committee meeting, dinner party, soiree, sporting event, wedding, funeral, being presented to the monarchy at court, and of course, meeting eligible bachelors. From elegant and sophisticated, independent, bold, daring, sweet, plain, simple, and caring, day or night, these ladies' clothing define their characters and make for their signature look. Each of them are trendsetters amongst the women of their era that ate and danced in public restaurants, went to nightclubs, marched for women's rights as suffragettes, entered the workforce as nurses, teachers, secretaries, and retail sales reps, and took active roles outside the home. Like the real-life aristocrats they mirror, they are very driven by Coco Chanel, Lanvin, and similar big-name Paris fashion designers of their time, and have tremendous influence and buying power. As we move from season 1, commencing with the news of the sinking of the Titanic, through to season 3, we notice the formidable changes in women's fashions, including the embellishments, vibrant colors, Gibson girl, and pre-flapper straight-line cuts that were less boyish and accentuated women's curves. The new columnar silhouette signaled the approaching abandonment of the corset as an indispensable garment of women's fashions. Clothing became casual, comfortable, and sporty as women began participating in sports. Notice the tailor-made suit with narrow skirt and simple jacket or matching coat, high and V-neck long-sleeve button-down fitted blouse or sweater set, which also emerged to give women more freedom and flexibility. We also see the use of lighter fabrics such as linen, silk, satin, embroidery, ribbon, lace, bows, necklines, gloves, beading, buttons, dropwaist, hats to bring out women's feminine side, fur-trimmed collars, head and hair pieces, scarves, fans, jewelry, shorter hemlines, sleeveless shirts and dresses revealing women's ankles, elbows, necks, and sexuality, as well as the introduction of the harem pant, leading to wide-leg trousers to reinforce the breakdown of old social barriers. In fact, these trends were made so popular in our culture that they reappeared in new form in the 1970s, another integral decade for fashion and women's changing roles and rights. Since 2012, when the series was released, Downton Abbey fashions have influenced mainstream runways and designer collections, including Ralph Lauren, Marc Jacob, and Louis Vuitton, spanning a surge in women wanting to dress like Downton Abbey's elite and staff, both in rental costumes for Halloween, Gatsby, and other theme parties, as well as in daily attire. No wonder Downton's wardrobe room at Erling Studio, overseen by Emmy Award-winning costume designer Carolyn McCall, is such a busy hive of activity. McCall's work is a vital part of the show's success and to telling the telling of the story of Downton, keeping the costume department busy for months ahead with patterns and fittings before filming can begin. And the show's 9 million plus per episode viewers consistently glued. Historically accurate, many of the clothing the cast wear are found at vintage shops and fairs, as well as rented from costume houses. Much is also created new for the show and reused with every attention to detail. When we come back, we'll continue our Dressing for Downton tour with the men's wardrobe.
What are you doing to make yourself feel better? Hi, I'm Tanya Christie, owner of Hand & Stone Massage and Facial Spa in Thornhill, Ontario, where we reduce your stress and soothe your aches. When was the last time you enjoyed an affordable massage with a registered massage therapist that eased your backaches and headaches, increased your flexibility, and improved your circulation? We offer so many different types of massage at Hand & Stone: relaxation, deep tissue, hot stone, couples, and prenatal massages in a warm and inviting atmosphere right in your backyard in the heart of Thornhill at Bathurst and Centre Streets. And while you're here, you'll want to take advantage of our fabulous facials. Facials are not a luxury, they are all about your skin health. Our highly trained skin therapists, using some of the best products in the world, can help reduce the signs of aging, improve your complexion, rehydrate and rejuvenate your skin, and reduce your skin sensitivity. Imagine service like this for only $64.95 a month with our complimentary lifestyle membership, and covered by most insurance benefit plans. Give us a call at 905-771-1772 or drop into 11 DeSera Drive, Unit 250, and visit us online at www.handandstone.ca. I look forward to you experiencing what personal service is meant to be.
Welcome back to I'm Every Woman TV's Dressing for Downton special. Before the break, we toured the ladies' fashions. Now let's turn our attention to the men of the estate. Robert Crawley, Earl of Grantham, portrayed by British actor Hugh Bonneville. Matthew Crawley, played by British actor Dan Stevens. Cawson, the butler, portrayed by British actor Jim Cawson. The chauffeur, who married Lady Sybil and moved upstairs to become the Crawley's son-in-law, Tom Branson, played by Irish actor Alan Leach. It seems that the men of Downton Abbey have also influenced today's fashion with Edwardian-inspired looks. Everything from his lordship's white and black tie formal attire, black bow ties, and country gent tweed jackets with matching waistcoat, to flat caps, riding jackets, Wellington boots, and double-breasted staff-like uniforms showcasing rank, authority, and the plight of the working class. In the case of the butler and footman uniforms, we are hard-pressed to see who exactly belonged upstairs and down, as they are dressed to impress visitors. We'll be right back after this short pause to explore some beautiful accessories and the servants' costumes. Please stay with us. Welcome back to I'm Every Woman TV's Dressing for Downton, featuring the costumes worn by cast members of the British hit TV series Downton Abbey. I'm your host, Janette Burke. Our tour continues with some accessories. Here we see examples of rolled up hair, tiaras, bedazzled hair clips to complement side parts and waves, necklaces, earrings, and small evening purses, as well as the departure from wearing the standard heavy laced-up boot to a latey slipper shoe with high heel in the evening and flatter heel for the day. Now, no estate home could run without its treasured staff. Here we have some of the servants' costumes as worn by head housekeeper Mrs. Elsie Hughes, played by Scottish actress Phyllis Logan, head cook Mrs. Patmore, played by British actress Leslie Nichol, and her kitchen understudies, Daisy Mason, played by actress Sophia McShera. Notice the differences in materials and duller color of fabrics used to reflect each of these characters' status. These dresses tell us a lot about where they came from, where they stood, and where they would remain. For example, the keys on Mrs. Hughes' black dress reveal just how much authority and responsibility she earned devoting her life to servitude and managing the other maids. As the years go by from season 1 to 3, we can also see a change to shorter hemlines even in the servants' costumes, and the resistance among the older staff members to giving up their corsets. And here is the nursing student uniform worn by Lady Sybil. Well, that completes I'm Every Woman TV's exclusive backstage tour of the costumes worn by cast members in the hit British series Downton Abbey, and look back at the lifestyles, wealth, privilege, political, economic, and social fashion trends of the post-Edwardian era up until the 1930s, just before the First World War, along with their impact on women's roles then and now. Whether you identify as a Crawley or a member of their staff and are as big a fan of the show Downton Abbey as I am, I hope you've enjoyed dressing for Downton as much as we have and learned a few interesting facts too. Created by Gareth Nyam and Gillian Fellows for ITV and Masterpiece Theatre, Season 1, 2, 3, and 4 can be found online, Netflix, or for rent at your local video store or library. Downton Abbey airs in Canada and the US on Vision TV and PBS. Check your local listings for repeat season broadcasts and the Season 5 premiere airing January 2015. Special thanks to Spadina House, Historic Homes and Gardens for granting us access to this beautiful collection and sharing a piece of Toronto's history. Spadina House is open for tours and special events most weekdays. For times and exhibits, please contact 416-392-6910 or visit http://www.museumsontario.ca/Spadina Museum-House, Historic House. And be sure to check Spadina House out for part of Open Doors Toronto, happening May 24th and 5th, as well as for their spring-summer events lineup, including their annual Garden Gatsby Party coming June 22nd. As always, we're delighted to have you with us, welcome your feedback and comments, and appreciate you sharing us with your family and friends on Facebook and Twitter, #I'm Every Woman TV. This is your host, Janette Burke, signing off and reminding you, until next time, continue to be fabulous.